Hi guys! Today I prepared for you my own reviews of the best kitchen blenders in 2017. And the first product is blender by Ninja BL610. Ninja has taken the world by storm with its wide range of products. The Ninja Blender BL610 is one of its basic blenders. It is a simple blender base with the traditional blender pitcher. Unlike many other pitchers, this one has many features that allow it to stand out. First off, if the lid is not properly secured, the blender will not work. If you have small children in the house, this is a major draw. This could help prevent a major accident from happening. Secondly, all of the parts are dishwasher safe. Many other blenders have to be washed by hand. As far as Ninja blenders go, this one is on the lower end of the cost scale. Majority of the other Ninja blenders cost well over $100. You can get the BL610 for around $74 on Amazon. This is pretty pricey compared to some other lower quality blenders, but you really are getting a great blender when you are buying the Ninja Blender BL610. With a little bit of practice, you will actually be able to use the blender to chop food such as onions and peppers. It will completely demolish your ice to acceptable consistencies for items such as snow cones. You can also use it for typical purposes like to completely smooth out fruits for smoothies. The Ninja Blender BL610 has amazing reviews on Amazon. It has 4.5 out of 5 stars, and hardly any negative comments. A couple of people said that the blender cup broke after a couple of uses and that they had to pay the shipping to have the blender cup replaced. This particular model does come with a plastic cup instead of a glass one, so you may want to take extra precautions and make sure you are storing it properly to avoid breaks. The blender is pretty lightweight. It is about 9.5 pounds. Because it is so lightweight, this makes it perfect for just about everyone. Many people say they are able to pick it up with a broken wrist without any issues. This would be a great gift idea for an elderly family member in search of a blender. Base, pitcher, and all, it weighs less than 2 bags of flour. If they have a hard time with heavy objects, this would be a perfect option. Really, it all comes down to what you prefer. Every blender is going to have pros and cons, but as far as blenders go, the Ninja Blender BL610 really has a lot of pros, and the cons really are not that big in comparison to cons with some of the other blenders. If you are constantly using a blender, it might be time to look into this one. On the screen there are main pros and cons that I have noticed. The second product is Blender by Hamilton Beach 58149. The Hamilton Beach blender measures 14.1 inches in height, width of 8.7 inches and 12 inches in thickness. It is a powerful tool, weighing 9.3 pounds, which is significantly lighter contrasted with others' blenders. Since it's subject to a lot of vibration and gets hammered from being switched on, this device is developed using very sturdy and premium materials. Indeed, even with rehashed use, it won't vacillate and it won't break. What's especially notable in this kind of gadget is its great contemporary outline. Smooth, moderate, and industrial, the gadget includes see-through cylindrical containers plus a base with a color of chrome and dark. Simple in its polish, it can supplement most counters in the kitchen and won't conflict with any beautification theme. Hamilton Beach blender features a motor with a power capacity of 700 watt. This can in a split second beat and pound even the most hard seeds, ice, or nuts in a very short time. Its effectiveness and quality will give the ideal milkshakes and mixes every last single time. This device can be function as a blender or a slicer. The gadget gives 2 different compartments, with its own particular remarkable set of sharp edges. One is ideal for combining and mixing fixings. Its extreme and solid sharp edges can squash ice and mix the absolute best of mixed drinks and beverages. The other is ideal for cutting and dicing fruits and vegetables. It incorporates sharp edges that chop vegetables into small pieces, ideal for cooking. Typically, one would need to have 2 different sorts of gadgets for this. That is not the situation with Hamilton Beach. It carries out the 2 tasks, without skirting a beat. The Hamilton Beach blender additionally incorporates a patented wave action framework. This heavenly part ceaselessly and reliably pulls the things in the compartments into the blades. This guarantees most of the fixings set inside the mixer are pounded or cut as required. This eliminates the issue of having uneven outcomes or those irritating lumps in milkshakes. This gadget likewise incorporates 12 different blending capacities, intended to address the issues different clients. Regardless of whether you require a simple mix or a more intense one and aggressive to squash fixings, this blender provides that adaptability. This blender incorporates a pouring spout with no mess with a pivoted top. This prevents wastage or ensures that one doesn't make a waste while pouring something in glasses or bowls. Hamilton Beach 58149 blender is easy to maintain. The blender jug and slicer holder are both dishwasher sheltered, which means you can simply toss it in a washer and be done. Now you can see the main pros and cons of this product. The next product is blender by Epica. Epica blender is a small personal blender with a 300-watt engine, a simple to utilize and advantageous gadget for blending, whipping, pureeing, blending, and hacking. It accompanies the stainless steel base, a little 20-ounce double-utilize jar that transforms into drinking bottle with a basic curve and a standard 2-prong divider outlet that attachments into captivated 3-prong attachment. You have the controls for lock and unlock for the jug with estimations as an afterthought, and you have to curve the top to fill the container with ingredients, and put the lid on when you're prepared. A minimal effort hand blenders are efficiently assembled and will go into disrepair inside a year or two of utilization, here and there even not as much as that. You have to ensure you are purchasing a blender which can offer you years of utilization. Numerous speeds and settings for various employments. This gives you the adaptability to set up a range of various sustenances and beverages. Search for a powerful engine too for extreme occupations. If you have to blend ingredients in more profound dishes, you will require a long enough blender to have the capacity to do it. Shorter blenders may constrain the dishware you can utilize. In the meantime, you don't need your blender to be too substantial or overpowering, or it can be difficult to utilize. Ensure the model you purchase offers you predominant control. Dishwasher-safe parts makes it simple to keep your blender clean. Some hand blenders accompany a wide range of cool attachments which expand their capacity. Illustrations incorporate a chopper for solid nourishments, a whisk, and a measuring receptacle. Innovative models like these with additional attachments are what might as well be called a handheld sustenance processor. Stylish design isn't as imperative as usefulness, however an attractive blender can look pleasant sitting on your ledge. The best thing about this multi-skilled individual blender is that its 20-ounce jar transforms into a drinking bottle with a fast spot of your wrist. Simply leave your blended treat inside, secured with the drinking gush lid. It can deal with an unpleasant ride, it's amazingly breaks, mark, and scratch safe. Also, you never need to stress over BPAs, plastic tastes, or scents draining into your sustenance. Experience a radical new level of scrumptiously fantastic smoothness in your smoothies, soups, and sorbets. With a 250-watt engine, an astonishing 23,000 RPM and 4 super sharp, surgical quality stainless steel blades, the Epica conveys results that must be tasted to be accepted. The Epica Personal Combo Blender features a safe shutoff which keeps the engine from running unless the jar is appended. It additionally has suction feet which help it grasp the ledge without strolling or tipping over. The jar can securely go in the icebox, cooler, and dishwasher. The Epica is dependably extreme, with a stainless steel lodging and quality tried engine. What's more, it's covered by a 2 guarantee. This blender is among the best and individuals have been looking for it. The fortunate thing about this audit of blender by Epica is that it covers the primary regions of the Epica blender. The above data in great guide on the primary features of the blender. Pros and cons on the screen. The fourth product is blender by Oster. Oster blender is a surprising blender most definitely. It qualifies as a spending blender, yet it offers a liberal 1100 watts of power and enough accessories to make any size kitchen look cluttered. Managing those pieces, cleaning them, and assembling them into their different unsteady configurations was an adventure and not a fun one. Starting with its feeble detects, the design and usability categories are the reason I can't universally suggest the Oster blender. The relatively flimsy pieces don't fit together well, requiring you to fiddle constantly and keep the instruction manual close by at whatever point you need to utilize one of the numerous accessories. In general, these pieces take up lots of space and offer a couple of handy approaches to store them adequately. The result is a blending experience that is more troublesome than it must be and never allows you to lift the thing up and go simply. The clear plastic jars, black bases and lids, and red accents look fine. The primary container even feels sturdy with a top that slides firmly into place, creating a viable seal. It has a feeder top that transforms into place effectively, however won't seal like whatever is left of the lid. I don't know why they made such a cumbersome top with a snug fit along the edges just to make it difficult to seal the container given the feeder top, yet despite everything, it proved helpful now and again while including ingredients mid-blend. Taking a gander at simply the design and usability, the Oster blender appears like a poor product, and it's actual that those viewpoints prove to be large detractions. However, the way that it has massive amounts of features that function admirably once they're up and running brings this machine a lot of redemption. Performance legitimately includes the most R assessment and the majority of its blades and attachments meant a compelling blender. Notwithstanding those physical pieces, you're given an assortment of blending alternatives using modes and presets. A dial on the base gives you a chance to run the blades at low, medium, or rapid and move starting with one then onto the next as essential while blending. On the right, buttons for plunge salsa and smoothie frozen drink run programmed modes that automatically experience distinctive speeds and settings optimized to make the named sustenance types. The bottom has a button to pulse the blender and a unique alternative to run the blades in reverse for when sustenance stalls out. On the left, an on-off button capacities like a safety. Squeeze it and it will start to squint, telling you that the machine is active. Squeeze it once more, and you handicap the majority of alternate buttons. Our four primary criteria for blenders: performance, features, design, and usability, and, with performance as the most exceptionally weighted in deciding the ultimate result, were divided into equal parts with the Oster blender. Both usability and design didn't prove weak enough to classify it as broken, yet were both notably frail, especially compared to alternate blenders we've tried. All things considered, the $65.86 Oster blender is more assorted than anything beneath its price range. Pros and cons as usually on the screen. The last product in our review is Blender by Magic Bullet. Magic Bullet blender has stayed from 2004, and it grew the market when it emerged. Its scheme and concept was unique and devised for clearness and readily usable. In fact, by 2007 it became the world's best-selling pantry device. The best place to get a bullet blender is apparently Amazon. They transmit everywhere, have a broad range, and usually supply you the best rates online. The Magic Bullet is not altered. You only get additional accessories with some packages, like a juicer, pitcher, or travel mugs. The owner of Magic Bullet is AJ Neal and runs various websites on food, cooking, and vegetarianism. Sometime after the initial progress, different bullet blenders were produced, such as the Magic Bullet To Go, the Bullet Express, the Party Bullet, the Baby Bullet, and the Nutri Bullet. All of the upcoming appliances have their sole curves, but they all share the innovative Magic Bullet. As an option to stripping out cash on making smoothies, you can have your own in a short period and especially effortlessly. Producing your own in your kitchen means you're sure of precisely what things are in your smoothie. In addition, you'll have the chance to test and mix up a variety of combinations of your perspective. By using a small blender you can make different portions. That's perfect if you know that you only want to make a single piece, which means that there is no waste if you are making several different kinds of shakes or juices or even cocktails. The Magic Bullet Blender is ideal for cutting, grinding and crushing all your foodstuffs collectively. That could surely assist in getting your food on the dining table in a less time. By using Magic Bullet Blender, it will be possible to avoid many other appliances that require space on the kitchen counter. You will not need some mixer or the old coffee mill. Almost everything is achievable by using just one kitchen utensil. The Magic Bullet Blender has a cookbook which provides you some useful approaches and tested recipes and the many great meals you'll be able to make at home in your kitchenette. It is a useful kitchen device that every house ought to have. Whenever you are health alert and need to ensure that you take your everyday consumption of pure fruit, a small tabletop blender will perform the task of blending different fruit pieces together very fast. Some negative points as well that should be recognized and put into consideration. Firstly, the motor of the Magic Bullet moves at the peak of 250 watts. For most average people that is nice, but some more advanced users may require extra powerful motors for emulsifying. Some have argued of the different difficulty, that its motor is too powerful for duties including chopping onions. It seems pretty manageable. However, in real life people have had problems with some parts being soft and others being hardly cut at all. Pros and cons on the screen. We are really hoping we helped you to choose your perfect blender. All links you can find in description. So check it and then come back to learn more about other best-selling Amazon products.